You have now tuned into Insight Sundays, the show that brings you relevant news, youth and political topics with a new direction and focus for our communities. Log in with Facebook and get connected. Here's your host, Adrian Mickens.
Good evening, Indiana, and welcome to another edition of Insight Sundays right here on WHNB TV 40. As always, we have to acknowledge all of our sponsors, which are Andrew J. Brown Academy, Indiana Christian Leadership Conference, or ICLC, Ramey and Haley Attorneys at Law, B-Men Incorporated, Alpha Foundation for the Youth, Buttons and Bows Hair Salon, Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, Hair Artistry Indy, Inner Beauty Program Incorporated, New Breed of Youth, First Achieve the Challenges for Excellence, The Hair Oracle, The Reset Center, Beech Grove Bible Church, and Sam Ash Music Store. Stay connected with us on all of our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, all at the title name of @Insight Sundays. Again, that is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, all at the title name of @Insight Sundays, as well as you can download the Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. Again, you can download the Insight Sundays mobile app on the App Store and Google Play Store. As always, Indiana, we have another spectacular show for you guys this week. As you can see, my fellow guest here today by the name of Pastor Howard Harding, and we are here at a brand new facility on the east side of town, Post Road to be specific, called the Reset Center. How's it going, Mr. Harding?
It's great, man. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So let's just kind of get right into it. Can you explain to Indiana who you are before the Reset Center even came about? Are you an Indy native? How does all that come about?
Well, I was born here in Indianapolis, but I was raised in Detroit. So
okay.
I was pretty much raised there all my life.
Okay.
Moved here pretty much when I was a sophomore, junior in high school. Graduated from North Central High School, went off to the Marine Corps. Once I got out of the Marine Corps, after serving 8 years in the Marine Corps, did the first Gulf War, Operation Just Cause. And
okay.
I mean, several things. I was one of those interesting Marines. I'll just put it to you like that.
Sorry.
And long story short, once I got out of the Marine Corps, I came back to Indianapolis to set my roots here.
All right. So let me ask this follow-up question. I know years have went by. When did you know that you wanted to open up, or when did you hear the calling of God to open up a facility that's a church and a community center? I mean, this place is awesome. It's almost like a premium YMCA plus.
Let me take you back to bring you forward. When I was a kid, my best friend was this little boy named Jimmy. Okay. Jimmy had autism and Tourette syndrome all at the same time. It was a lethal combination for a kid. You know, bullying before it became popular, he dealt with it a lot in our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So I would always take up for Jimmy. I would always make sure Jimmy was cool. I would make sure that he had candy, the whole nine.
Yeah.
So I always had a heart for people who were underserved, disadvantaged, or kind of marginalized. So long story short, as I began to grow up and just become a man, I just always had a heart, was very free-hearted, and I knew that I wanted to do something not just ministry, not just church-based, but ministry-based to affect positive change in my community.
Got you. Well, I can tell this is, what we call the modern type church feel. So what would you say would be one reason why you wanted to call it the way that you did, the Reset Center, and have it modernized and not just church as usual, as we say?
Well, I grew up traditional apostolic. The whole Jesus only thing, speaking in tongues, and that was my roots and that was my background.
Yeah.
However, one thing that I realized is that we're dealing with a different generation now, and they have to be taught. We were made to go to church as kids, and there were certain things that was instilled in us that we carried on. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he won't depart. Well, a lot of these parents now are not taking their kids to church. So we have to teach them a different way. You can't skin a fish until you catch a fish. So this is just a different way of introducing or representing Christ to some of the people and to the masses. And I just think in order for us to really foster effective change in this community, we just got to do it just a little different. I will never leave my foundational roots of the apostolic faith. However, I'm just presenting it just a little different.
What do you think were from a pastor standpoint, I know you see it from a different lens, what do you think that generational gap came into play, the reason why that middle generation, meaning like maybe late 70s, 80s, really stopped coming to church on a regular basis?
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of things that kind of separated the family. I just think when the baby boomers kind of did some things with respects to separation of church and state and different things of that nature. It took really church out of schools. So you got to understand, they were getting it at home and they also were getting it in school. They not only did the Pledge of Allegiance, but they had prayer.
Yeah.
Prayer is no longer even allowed in schools. So I think the kids are not really getting an opportunity to be engaged from a home standpoint and a school standpoint, because you got to understand, they're spending the majority of their day at school.
Yeah.
And if it's not in the schools, then we're challenged with what we present at home too.
All right. So aside from that, I know that every great story has a backstory.
Okay.
What's some of those trials and tribulations that you would like to share on how the Reset Center came about? I know you've been working on this for a few years now, and it has definitely come into fruition.
Well, I grew up in foster and guardian homes. So my mother walked out on me when I was 10 years old. I met my father later on in life. So long story short, there was never any family foundation for me until my aunt took me and my siblings in. Long story short, I knew that I wanted to give the people in this community where they did not have their own family, I wanted to subsidize it with a Reset Center family. So we just kind of just did things just a little different, if that makes sense, where we're not just a church family, but we're a community family. So my backstory is this: I don't want people to experience the same scars, pains, hurts, and disappointments that I experienced. So if I can present something to you different, then you have a place that you can call home.
All right.
And it's just safe.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back, Indiana.
Hello, my name is Crystal Hines of the Inner Beauty Program, where I'm the founder and president. We have been enriching and inspiring and empowering youth ages 8 to 18 since 2002. Our original purpose of the program is to have girls focus on their inner attributes in a world where the outer appearance is the focal point. We have a dynamic staff of women who are here to provide all types of programming for your young ladies, including life coaching, mentoring, tutoring, boot camps, and special events. Please stay connected with us through our website, myinnerbeautyprogram.org, our Facebook page, Inner Beauty Program Inc., and our mobile app, Inner Beauty. Thank you.
The civil justice system in the United States was developed intentionally by our founding fathers. They knew and had the wisdom to foresee that individuals would need protection from each other and from their government. They also saw and foresaw a day when they would need protection from a corporate entity, the new corporate citizen. Here at Ramey and Haley, we bring passion and experience to every file we open, every client for whom we become their lawyer.
Curly Girl Bible, your authority, guide, and blueprint to loving your curly hair, written by Charlotte D. Sloan. This book is a gem. Tired of wasting money on products you never use? Create your own personal hair care blueprint, complete with understanding of your hair type and hair condition, along with the pros and cons for your specific hair type. The Curly Girl Bible is your solution. Curly hair does not have to be misunderstood any longer. Get your copy of the Curly Girl Bible on Amazon. For more info, visit curlygirlbible.com.
This is Pastor Derek Miller, and I'm so excited about introducing you to the fruitful ministry here at Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus. I'm here with my lovely wife, Sister Valerie Miller.
Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus is a community church with the community at heart.
In 2008, I began collaborating with my bishop, Roystein Fields Sr., on some outreach initiatives on the southeast side of Indianapolis at Bethel Park Community Center. It was here where we established Teen Nights, and the Inner Youth Achievers College Tour program was also birthed out of this initiative. God saw fit for next level growth, and in 2015, the Lord opened a major door for Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus.
The mission of Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus is to dedicate our lives to proclaim the gospel message of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ through our witness, loving God's people through our service, and strengthening communities through spiritually sound doctrine.
Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus offers an effective children's church ministry with curriculum-based instruction. We also offer men, women, and teens ministries. We can be reached at 317-941-6143. Or you can find us on the World Wide Web, www.btacsouth.org.
Or download our mobile app, Bethesda South, via Google Play or the App Store.
Bethesda Temple Southeast Campus, a place of compassion,
A place of love,
a place where God is.
Buttons and Bows Nail and Hair Salon welcomes you to our new location at 6233 Allisonville Road, where we service all nationalities. We are a full nail and hair salon. Booth space available. Call 317-362-0323 for more info.
Welcome back, Indiana, to Insight Sundays, right here on WHNB TV 40. I'm your host, Adrian Mickens, and as you can see, we are still here at the Reset Center, and we're going to pick right back up on part 2 with this interview with Pastor Harding. So, I know today was a big day here that you guys have, every Tuesday for that matter, but on this particular day, I know that you guys have had some city officials come out, so can you explain what this is all about and stuff?
In addition to it being our Taco Tuesday, which we serve every Tuesday, we feed our community. One thing that I'm very adamant about is making sure that the community knows us not only just as a church, but as a wellness center, a center that cares about them, a center where they can come and get some of the different tools that they need. But in addition to that, with us being here for Taco Tuesday, is also National Night Out in Lawrence. What that is basically where government officials travel to different areas of the city and the different neighborhoods to talk about crime prevention, crime reduction, and different things of that nature. And we've been one of the featured stops on it. So we've had, well, at the end of the night, we've had 20 police cars, 1 fire truck, and over 100 people from National Night Out. They all kind of rallied together, and this was their last stop here at the Reset Center.
All right, so let's kind of talk about some of the things that we're going to be doing here at the Reset Center. What is some things that you have already in the works, and then what's some stuff coming up here later for
What
activity?
I'm most excited about is because the Hispanic population here in the city of Lawrence is at 17%. It's the highest in the state here, right in the city of Lawrence. What I'm most excited about is being able to offer them English classes.
Okay.
We got an amazing Spanish to English to Spanish teacher named Ashe West. She's a teacher already in the schools, and she's done some things with our ministry to teach us Spanish. But now what she is doing, she is now bringing in the Hispanic population or the Latin population and teaching them English. So that's all free of charge. Everything we do pretty much here is free of charge. There's no charge for anything. When you take a community like this that's underserved and disadvantaged in a lot of ways, you can't attach a price tag to everything that they do. So what we try to do is just offer everything at a no cost.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Let me ask you this question. When did you know that you were called to be a minister? When did you hear God's voice tell you that?
It was in 2005. What ended up happening was I owned a business. I had 122 employees, and I'm doing my profit and loss statement. And just as clear as I'm talking to you, the room goes black, and I see this man raising up out of the mud and the clay and everything, and he has these links on his arms like he's been in bondage. And the links, as they were breaking, as he was breaking these chains, it was poverty, homelessness, social and economic issues, it was all those things. And I'm like, okay, Lord, what is this? He said, it's your ministry. It's time to go. And this was in 2005. And I did just like Jonah. I ran.
That's everybody.
Nothing launched until 2011. So, yeah, I mean, that whole running thing, it's just, I think when God calls, you almost don't trust that you're hearing God. And that's a scary place that you don't know the voice of the Lord like you should. But I think you know it, but you're just running from the actuality of you now having to be responsible for the people.
Yeah. So I know that you are getting a lot of the activities up and running and going. When will the doors open up for the first service?
Okay, here's what we wanted to do, because before we even came over here to do anything, what I did first, I engaged the community. Okay. Most of the time, us as pastors and as leaders of ministries, we just go in and think that we could throw a praise team on the stage and a band and just start churching. Been doing that for 8 years. So what I did, I engaged the community. I began to talk to the community and say, hey, here's what we're doing. And I had a lot of meetings with them. And they were so against having another church over here. And I asked them why.
Oh, wow.
And they said they didn't trust the pastors, and the pastors only cared about themselves. And they weren't trying to knock anybody. They just said that they were tired of it. This community is hurting and is in ruin. And they wanted somebody to help. I said, well, will you guys give me an opportunity to show you my heart before we even do a service? They was like, if you're serious, then we're serious. We'll come support what you're doing. And they do. They come support. They're here. We feed this community not only on Tuesdays, but we have food that we give them throughout the week. So I said, if you just give me a chance to show you my heart, will you support me then? They was like, absolutely. So I said, well, give me 6 months. We cut the ribbon for this building June 29th. We're doing our first service January 2020. I want 6 months of them knowing me and me getting an opportunity to know. I know a lot of these people on a first name basis now, just because I walk the community.
Wow.
The doors stay open. They can walk in at any time. And I wanted that relationship with this community because I didn't want it just to be, oh, he's a pastor and that's another church over there. We can do that every day, all day. But I want the people to know me. And that's why we're not doing anything till 2020.
Awesome. You know, and I could even tell because most churches that start off, you know, wait for a little bit before they open up an academy. But you guys already have that on the way too, like right now. Have it.
Freedom Academy is already up and running. That's our child care ministry, and we're a registered child care ministry. We can have up to 85, 90 kids here. We're servicing kids 2 to 5 years old. It's Freedom Academy. We've already had it established. It's been approved. We're having fun with it. And here's the thing. I do what is called 360-degree learning.
Okay.
What 360-degree learning is every wall in our academy has something learning where the kids can learn on it. Every wall. There will not be a wall or a place that the kids turn that they won't have an opportunity to learn something. And not only are they learning in English, but we're also teaching them in Spanish as well. So we want to make sure that they're prepared for this next coming generation that's going to be bilingual. So we're starting them off at those ages so we can now hopefully help them integrate into the world.
Got you. So just to kind of summing it up with this last 2 questions.
Okay.
What is the main vocal point? And I know you may have explained it, hotspots here or there, but what's like that mission statement that you want people to know when they walk through this door at the Recess Center at any time, weekday or weekends or service, that they're always going to receive from you and the staff?
There's a chance to turn your life around because our logo is the backwards R. Now, if you look at that backwards R, it doesn't look like it fit. When you spell the word reset, it's R-E-S-E-T, reset. Let's do it all over again. When you take the word means to do over again, like refinance or renew means to do over again. When you reset your life was possibly going in one direction, but when you walk through the doors of the Reset Center, now all of a sudden we can help you turn your life in a direction that God meant for you.
Yeah.
Not what people have said about you, not the generational curse that's on your life, not the things that have been plaguing your DNA for years and years and years, but this gives you an opportunity to reset your life when you walk in those doors.
All right. And I know everything is in the works right now, but if anybody wants to come in, get more information other than today, what are the steps that they need to do to get a part of the academy, get enrolled, any classes, anything? How do they go about it?
The phone number here is 317-991-5969. Again, it's 317-991-5969. There are different prompts that will allow you to get to different people that we have on staff. Like I have a psychologist on staff that she offers all her services free. If you're dealing with some issues, you can call, hit the prompt. That's her. I think she's maybe extension 5. However, if you dial that number, 317-991-5969, you're going to reach somebody that can help you with whatever you need. You can leave a voicemail. It's going to ring directly to their to their phone. This is also an event center where we can do multiple events, concerts, weddings. I mean, you name it, we can do it here in this building. We have an event planner on staff. There's an event company here, Enchantment at the Reset Center. Karen Tolliver is over there. So there's a lot of things that we have done underneath the roof of this building, and we're maximizing the opportunity to reach this community in a greater way.
And I know that you guys also have a talent agency that's going to be here.
Absolutely, well. KJI.
All right.
KJI is a talent agency. She's getting ready to start. I believe she'll be starting everything probably either later this month or either early September.
Okay.
So,
all right. So all the actors,
yes,
actresses, singers, make sure you call the phone number and get connected here with the Recess Center. Pastor Harden, you're doing everything the way that it's supposed to be done on the east side.
I'm trying, sir. Thanks so much. I appreciate this time.
So let's kind of talk about the filming and producing and different things like that. Yes. I know in high school, you know, and in middle school, you had the dreams, but when did you know that it was becoming serious for you to get into the film and become an actress?
Well, for me, to be honest with you, I've always been a hustler. Matter of fact, I wrote a book about it. Okay. Every Day I'm Hustling. Available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. Get your copy. Available on paperback. Okay, but I was waiting on tables. To be honest with you, I was struggling artist, not struggling, but I've always been a kind of person that I didn't want anybody else to finance my dreams. So I was working at LA Pasta and Pizza, and then I had got my first job as an actress on the soap opera Generations.
Okay.
But I only worked a couple of days, because when you first start on a soap opera, until your character picks up, you don't get to work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So I worked on the weekends, and on the weekends, back then I was making $400 in tips. So back then that was a lot of money. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it
and
was.
So,
yeah.
you know,
Things was a lot cheaper.
You
then.
know, you're right.
A lot cheaper.
So for me, until they picked up my storyline, I was like, why should I stop working? And it wasn't until one day that someone I was waiting on, and I was just like, yo, you want pepperoni with that? Yo, you want a drink with that? What's up? And she looked up at me and she said, aren't you on a soap opera? And I was like, yes. As a matter of fact, I'm on Generation. She's like, yeah, you're Maya. I was telling my girlfriend, and I remember walking away from them and going, okay, Vivica, you got to get serious. You can't do both. And so for me, that was for me. It was time for me to totally dedicate myself to being an actress, and to just, hey, go and explore other opportunities. I could do commercials and stuff, but as far as waiting on tables, it was like that was the end of that, and it was time for me to focus on building a career as an actress. You know, my daddy had a note saying that once a chapter's over, put a period on it and turn the page, and that was when I was able to turn the page.
There we go.
How you doing, Indianapolis? I'm Joseph Barr, certified barber at Executive Cuts 2. Stop in today and receive a variety of barber cuts. I service men, women, and children. Base prices is $20, $15 for women, and $10 for kids. I'm also running specials on Tuesdays for $10 cuts. Stop in and see me at 2510 North Arlington, or you can contact me on my Facebook page, Joseph Hercules Bars, or my Instagram page, jniles_27. I hope to see you soon.
During the last 5 years, National Heritage Academies ranked in the top 25% of U.S. schools for academic growth.
I'm learning a lot.
We want you to have academic success, but we want you to have emotional success.
They teach me to be a good person.
My children feel very safe.
That's why 92% of our parents recommend us.
We are in the business of producing excellent human beings. That's our legacy to the world.
Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church. Beach Grove Bible Church.
I just got the best deal on my new guitar at Sam Ash.
I always get advice I can trust.
I got it in time for my gig.
The coolest selection of music and sound gear, always at the guaranteed lowest prices. Sam Ash, the real deal. Get 0 interest financing for 24 months with your Sam Ash credit card.
Charlotte Salone, the Hair Oracle. Visit thehairoracle.com for healthy tips and hair advice. Connect with us. Allow us to empower, inspire, and serve you.
Indianapolis, you spoke and we listened. Tune in to Insight Sundays on WHMB 40 at 5 p.m. as we give you more social issues and relevant news.
Also, tune in every third Sunday where we'll be educating on health and beauty with Mommy and me, and also doing makeovers.
So tune in to Insight Sundays November 4th on WHMB 40 at 5 p.m. Check your local listing for your TV programming. And from Insight Sundays, God bless you and your family.